Jesus said to his disciples, "You give them something to eat." In the name of our Holy Trinity, one God. Amen. Receive it. Every parent knows this following experience. You're out and about, maybe driving on a road trip or at a amusement park far away. And the sun is starting to disappear into the horizon. And your little one pipes up from the back. "Daddy, I'm hungry." At that very moment, you have T-minus 4 minutes to get something in that child's belly before a nuclear blow-up. There's a word for this: hangry. Have you heard that before? Hangry? Hungry and angry at the same time. And it's not just kids who get hangry, of course, too. Studies show that 5 in 5 adults also can get hangry, typically between the times of 4 to 6 p.m. The most commonly prescribed treatment is a granola bar or happy hour. I'll try to keep my sermon short and to the point so no one here gets hangry. Thanks be to God, we have a meal to fill us shortly. In today's gospel passage from Matthew, I believe the crowds following Jesus are starting to get hangry. It's a big crowd of over 5,000 people. Jesus, well, he must have been getting hangry too, because he's trying to get away from everyone. Did you catch that? He gets on a boat to go to a different part of land farther away, but the crowds follow him. He has that kind of pull and draw. And so when he sees this large crowd following him, he can't get away. He's like, well, time for me to be with the people. And he spends time with them and cures them. The evening goes on. The disciples start to notice it's getting late. Everyone is getting hungry. Send them back to their homes, the disciples said. Let them find food in their home or in their town. No, Jesus says, you give them something to eat. You feed the hungry. We all know what it's like to be hungry. Hunger is the first pain a newborn feels after childbirth. Some people know the pains of hunger more acutely, of course, than others. In 2026, approximately 266 million people across food crisis countries face acute hunger. 35.5 million children are malnourished. In Jesus' times, some scholars believe that as much as 9 out of 10 people in Galilee were living at or below what would have been a poverty level. Jesus and his fishermen followers were poor. They did not own land or generate much wealth. Every day, likely, brought food insecurity. This is why Jesus taught his followers to pray, "Give us this day our daily bread." Modern Western life has skewed our understanding of how hard it has been to find food for most of human history. Large supermarkets, 24/7 bodegas, fast food microwaves, car travel. All of these things make it so easy for those with the relative means to find food and satiate their hunger. Yet we also must note the privilege that is being food secure when so many of our Wilmington neighbors are not. Finding and paying for food isn't easy for someone living on food stamps. It isn't easy for a family who lives in a food desert where without general access or walking access to healthy food choices. It isn't easy for people who live in fear of leaving their homes and being harassed, taken from their families. For many people living in America, going hungry is a daily experience. Think of what it means for our youngest children who cannot secure their own food to lose those free school program meals they get 9 months out of the year. For people with means, there is so much we can do. Today, Jesus tells his disciples plainly, you give the hungry something to eat. This little line from today's gospel often gets overlooked in light of the whole miracle that takes place. But I think it holds the key to understanding the call that Jesus gives his followers to share with him in the healing of the world. The disciples want Jesus to send the crowds away, back to their homes and villages. Find the food for yourself on your own. We only have enough for us. But Jesus disagrees. They need not go away. He says, you give them something to eat. Jesus specifically calls his followers, and in this story, his closest followers, his disciples, to help feed the crowd of 5,000. So bread and fish are taken, bread blessed, broken, and shared. Sounds an awful lot like something we do in a small miracle that happens here every Sunday. It is a miracle, Jesus' miracle. But he entrusts the feeding to his disciples. You give them something to eat. The disciples trust Jesus that he will empower them to feed the hungry, and so he does. And they share with Jesus to feed a hungry world. How do we then hear Jesus' words today? Across America, we argue about how to direct resources to the poor and hungry. Yet Jesus tells us something much more simple. Feed them. Give them something to eat. The world is full of hungry people. Our communities, our neighbors next door, maybe even you. And today, Jesus trusts us to hear his word. Feed the hungry person. Give the beggar the $10 in your wallet. Or better yet, walk with them to the closest food mart and buy them a meal. Bring shelf-stable foods to our church and share with us in stocking local food banks. Or better yet, connect with our outreach ministry and find how you can help participate with us in the manual dining room food preparation and Family Promise dinner service. We all know what it's like to be hangry, but too many in the world are genuinely hungry. Hear Jesus' words today to his followers. You give them something to eat. And if you are able, follow his command. Amen.